It's official. Hello, my name is Wes Dawson. Welcome to yet another episode of Gabagool, Nate. Normally you'd think it to yourself, hey, shouldn't it not be Wednesdays? Shouldn't it not be about 4 in the morning when you post these things regularly? Instead, no, it is Tuesday night. We're recording this live the 1st of March, 6:30 p.m. I think it's Eastern Standard Time. I'm not really sure. We're on the eastern side of the continent, so I figured that should account for something. Here I am with my ring light. Finally, I went through a 20-minute live, was it 2 weeks ago, before I realized I bought a stand with a light on it specifically for these lives. Never thought to turn it on. So here we are, episode 86, Gabagool Innate Live-ish. JB, 2001, welcome. It was a good year. I think, what was 2001? Yeah, it was an alright year, 2001. We survived Y2K, what's up? John, Cayenne, all right. Well, that's all we had for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. I suddenly have a horrible taste in my mouth. Beard hairs aplenty, and they're not my golden locks. Hey, John, how you doing? John's recently back from the front lines of Ottawa. I'll let you discern. I'll let you get what you want from that. Here I am. One thing I definitely want to try and do this time around is... wait, is there volume on this? No, there isn't. Okay. Is try to describe better what I'm doing. The problem is I recorded live podcast and, it makes no goddamn sense for anybody listening to it. All I have to do to shut you up is log on. Yes, the emotional toll you've taken on me you don't seem to care about, but finally, someone who can spell. There we go. Now... Oh, John, you're still there. One viewer. That means good thing I advertised in advance. I was worried that the servers for Instagram may shut down with the volume of people coming in. The plan is to run this roughly 30 minutes or so. And like I said, it'll be a lot more detailed in my live. So I'm sitting here right now. I was wearing a pair of black denim jeans. They're now hung on a hook on the wall. Just talk about freedom. I'm just swinging loose down there. Although it's pretty cold outside, it's kind of warm in the podcast room. And another thing, if I keep saying I'm going to pick somebody randomly out of this live and I'll send them a bunch of free stickers. That's right, Team Tight, my friend. Hannon, glad to have you here. Glad to have people remembering Team Tight. Usually the only time I hear about Team Tight is local kids throwing eggs at my car, or they claim they're eggs, but they leave very big marks in my paint. Either way, they're not fans. I don't know why. I force-fed them shirts. I shoved merch down, the mail slot in their door. Just not fans. I think one thing I should point out is I was recently spray painting in another room here. I run Gabagool Nate Podcast Central out of an old derelict building. And in this one room, I have a wonderful podcast set up. I had a personal gym elsewhere, if I can never be bothered to use it. And in the front room, I've been spray painting things. Not graffiti, like arts and crafts, but I think the fumes are slowly making their way over here. And the owner of the property, I said, hey, what is this? I've been filming here, I've been recording here for 2 years. You want to give me the boot? Like, what's your justification? They made a very good point that I don't pay rent, so that was more than enough reason for me to pack up and get the hell out of here. So soon enough, you'll see me recording this very same podcast from the back bench of my mother's minivan. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't judge that. I worked with a man where I made a joke about living with your mother, and he took that really badly, and I see where he's coming from. Okay, so some of the good stuff here. Again, I'd like to welcome you all to Gabagool Nate. This is the #1 podcast on YouTube and Spotify, hosted by Wes Dawson. That's verified, no fact-checking necessary. That's 100% true right there. One thing I think we all have to do at some point in our lives is take a very deep, long look in the mirror. And I recently did that. For a while, you stare into this mirror, and then you wonder, what good stuff are you drinking? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's slowly eroding the lining of my esophagus. It'll probably give me some form of stomach cancer, and gives me a little additional pep. It's whiskey. Normally I have a bit of Red Bull or not Red Bull, something to get me going, but it's cold out there. I wanted something to warm my blood, something to make sure, when I get home, I bounce off every snowbank on the way back home, so I'm going to make sure that gets done. Remember, kids, don't drink and drive. Drink, then drive. Water. Okay, that's all. I shouldn't have said that. What a terrible thing to say. Anyway, as I was saying, John, this applies to you, I think. You take a long, hard look at yourself in the mirror, and the longer you stare, you start to wonder, is this mirror actually a window? And you're wondering, who are you looking at through this window? You keep staring, you keep wondering, you really take a retrospective view on your own life. Then you realize maybe that's not a window either. Maybe that's your windshield, and maybe that person is your reflection, and you're barreling down the 15 at 120 kilometers an hour. You haven't been paying attention to the road for the past 15 minutes. I tell you, that is an eye-opener. It changed my life anyway. No more friggin' sleeping pills before going to work. Johnny Taco, welcome. I'm actually going to give you a Instagram wave. There you go. I tried. I don't know if it worked or not. There we go. Reminder, I may be a spry young lad and 19 years old, but I use my phone like I'm approximately 92. So that's about right. So what else do we talk about? Tomorrow I'm hoping it doesn't snow. I'm on the hunt. I'm actually, as an adult, shopping at Toys R Us. It's funny because when there's a certain age when you're thinking adolescent, it's almost embarrassing. What are you doing there looking for toys? Whereas now I could be like, oh, it's for my children. But they take one fucking look at me and they're like, who the hell would let you be the guardian of children? So no, I'm just collecting action figures. It's nothing weird. No abnormal fixation. As an adult, I don't play with them or anything weird like that. I like to take them, put them in the microwave, melt them into kind of a liquid goo, and just smear that across my face as I do like a Buffalo Bill kind of dance in the mirror there. But there's nothing weird about that at all. So that's what I do with my time. That's what I do with my money. Spend it on plastic junk. I also bought a 3D printer, so now I'm spending my money printing my own plastic junk. It's a lot of fun. The purpose of this episode, don't really have one. Honestly, I was hoping for, like we had last time, 8 to 9,000 live viewers that is throwing out themes and subjects, and me just completely giving out right lies to people as I record these podcasts. So I wrote down some notes. I don't like the look of them one bit. No. Nah. So we're just going to wing it. We're just going to keep rolling. Now, Gabagool Nate, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I was thinking about maybe doing 2 lives a month, like first week and second to last week, do a live, something like that. Maybe convert it into like an NFT and sell that, possibly. I don't know. I may just start Twitch streaming my life 24/7, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'll throw out an apology to a few people. Thank you. We got another supporter of my life's work. Yeah, NFTs. I had nothing really more to say about that. I'm kind of scrambling for things to talk about, and we're only 10 minutes in. Not a good sign. Do you have the flower pants nearby? I wish I did. This is not my apartment or my home. It's not actually a derelict building. It's an unused apartment that I've turned into a, I said to my mother, you own the building, you want some rental income? Fuck you, Mom. I'm using it for a podcast studio. The amount of money I'm pulling in through ad revenue potentially will make up for anything you may lose in rental fees. I don't have them. I'll bring them next time. I wanted to bring a few props of some sort. I brought a couple things because next week's episode 87, which I'd like to point out, 87 weeks consistent. Yes, I did break into, well, if I have keys, it's not really breaking in, but what I was doing inside, that's a whole other story. Someone's comment was he broke into my house. It's part true. So Montreal, I'd like to thank them. They gave me a gift. I got this on my car the other week. Well, the other week, this was like Johnny Taco. This was like 3 weeks before the Torture Chamber Christmas party. And you know what? I didn't feel like paying it. I didn't understand why they moved the parking signs around, why in an industrial sector at 11 o'clock at night they're in such need for fucking parking. But I decided not to pay that. Then I got this guy in the mail, so they're really adamant about it. Still don't intend to pay it. Isn't your apartment parked outside the studio? I fucking wish. No joke. I was looking into buying a Mercedes Sprinter van. Because if you buy just a regular camper van, well, then you're a weirdo. You buy a Mercedes Sprinter van and you're living the life. Those things are like $100,000. I was like, holy Jesus. I would rather hollow out a camel and live in a shack beside it. I'm not going to live inside of a hollowed out camel. It's fucking disgusting. But, I mean, I'd build like a shack beside it and then, just dance around in the muck or something. Now, here's the thing. So Gabagool Nate, I don't know. I don't want to turn it almost into a web show, a live web show. I find live is the way to go. Although I do like editing weird noises and my dog barking into episodes. That's something. But seriously, the consistency of episodes. Not many people have gone 86 weeks nonstop. That's me right here. And people think, hey, 8-minute episodes. That must be easy. It is. It's not that hard because if you fuck up, not the end of the world, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and see right there, I would have re-recorded that like 6 times and diligently edited it. That's not true. You can hear my choppy editing everywhere. That's right. They clearly don't know who I am. The Golden Lion doesn't pay tickets. He sells them. See, and this is the first step to a better video experience and a better audio experience is the fact that I'm reading out what I'm responding to. The last few lives I've done, I just respond to shit on the fly. And then when I've listened to it after for editing purposes and my own narcissistic obsession, I was really shocked. I'm like, this is incoherent garbage. No wonder I get so much hate mail. Well, that was from before the podcast, but it's only kind of added to it. I think the real challenge for tonight's live wasn't so much prepping subjects. It was finding a goddamn shirt that fit. I didn't want to look like Bob from friggin' Fight Club there. So I got to get some kind of extra shirt on. Jesus Crips. That's the thing. Quit kissing ass, Taco. Hey, John, just because you like to eat the ass, it doesn't mean you should be hating on the kissers, okay? To each their own. Not my own, somebody else's. That wasn't supposed to be a come on. You'll be getting that later. Michael Richards, not the N-word Kramer guy. He's a local wrestler. I don't know, I'm supposed to expose his name. I just doxed the guy online. Here's his social insurance number if you guys want it. No, but if he's watching this, which I'm sure he isn't, I just want to apologize for what I sent you earlier today. Basically, anybody who scams or spams my inbox with crypto shit or anything like that, I now send disgusting pictures of me taking shits to them. So, Michael, I sent the picture and then a friend pointed out, what if they still have access to their account and they can see your replies while also being spammed? And I'm like, well, he's going to think I'm a pretty disgusting pig because there's a bit of ball bag in there and there's a whole lot of slop. I made sure to drink 2 of those, like, those protein chocolate milks where there's like 42 grams of protein. My stomach does not, I'm not lactose intolerant. I just, my stomach does not like those. And, so I use that as an image, which I'm going to turn into an NFT, to deter people from sending me stupid spam messages. I sent him this disgusting picture, and his reply was, come on, man, it's legit, it's real. I was like, what the fuck? Ass eating. Ass eating is the way to go. In my more flexible days, I was a huge proponent of that, big supporter of it, but ever since I put my lower back out, not so big on it now. Seriously, you guys, tell your friends. I got 2 people in this live. I mean, 8,000 people in this live. Tell your friends, listen to Gabagool Nate. I always say, if you don't even like the show, if you're like, it's not even funny or not funny, it's just kind of like a waste of my time, spread the love. I always suggest shitty things to friends to watch. Sometimes I spit in their food. I, put things in their bags. No, that's not true. I will put this out here. Now, anybody listening to this, you can't reveal this. This is only for people who watch the fucking live. So like John, Taco, you don't spread this to anybody else. This stays within the live, okay? What happens in West Dawson's Gabagool Nate live is published publicly online, so I can't really control that. But for a good few weeks anyway, a certain wrestler, Mr. Thomas Leduc, did I dox him too? No, that's his stage name, okay? He was training alongside us at the Torture Chamber Pro Wrestling Dojo. There's a particular female wrestler he wasn't a very big fan of. She's a particular looker. She's a particular risk in the ring. Anyway, I had quite a lot of baggage come along with them. I printed an endless amount of photos of this person. I would Photoshop Thomas Leduc beside them, print these out, make little love letters. I would take their face and I would make little heart shapes with Brandon, or Tom. Shit, I just doxed him. Thomas's initials in it. Sup, Shane? How you doing? I think that's Shane. Honestly, I just refuse to get glasses, so I can't really see. Anyway, so I would slip these pictures into his gym bag, and he was really sure that it was Alexander Cable doing it. And I think to this day he believes it was Cable slipping these pictures into his bag. It was me. So that's between us. I love the fact that he doesn't know about that. I did a mind fuck with my brother like 18 years ago, and him, the piece of shit, I know he does not listen to my podcast. He's dumb. Not dumb in the sense of like he's, deaf and mute. He's just an idiot. No, I'm joking. I love you, Logan. I just say that because you don't listen to my podcast. Anyway, So yeah, I enjoyed that quite thoroughly. Thomas Leduc, that was my gift to you, my friend. Sup, Shane? Yeah, that's it. I mean, when I was a kid, I always wanted to have glasses. I always wanted to wear glasses. And at the optometrist, I would lie, saying, like, pretending things were blurrier than they were, and they weren't. And I don't know why, but now as an adult, I don't want glasses. But now I'm, like, struggling to pretend I can still read what's on my phone. Like I said, I'm not wearing pants, so I don't want to move my phone. I don't want to move the angle of the camera around. I'm a little worried about that. So what's happening? I got 3 of you here. Throw up some topics for me to talk about. I like to wing it. I want to see what I can, and just keep fucking politics out of it. Jesus Christ, this is a borderline mediocre comedy podcast. And last time people were like, talk about the convoy. Like, Jesus Christ, let's talk about something a little less intense. You know, Ukraine, Russia. Let's go. No, I don't really want to talk about that. It's terrible. I think everyone is a little desensitized to warfare and to violence just from looking at my fucking sexy face all the time. No, I think we're all kind of desensitized. Jelly beans, yay or nay? I find the younger I was, the more I could discern the different flavors. And the older I am, it's like Skittles. I just fucking put the whole bag in my mouth and it's about the same. A fun fact, as kids, I tried to make Skittle Brow with my friends, and we mixed Skittles with root beer, and I don't remember what else Homer had put it. Skittle Brow was a mix in The Simpsons that didn't sell very well, and it was disgusting. And I don't think I've eaten Skittles since. Not a big fan of Skittles. Yeah. See, this is a quality podcast. It just keeps getting better. Stingray! Hey! Look at this. See, I don't care. I still have 2 of these. Well, the other one is my apartment. This one stays here guarding my other stuff. So enjoy that. Oh my God. I was pretty sure Stingray, I was sure I saw you on a poster wrestling at JCW. And then it was some guy who's ripped off your fucking mask. I don't remember his name. And if I wasn't live streaming, I'd go find his name and I'd blast him on my live stream. But you motherfucker, you are not my Stingray hybrid stepson. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about. I'll maybe, if I had Twitter, I'll post it on my Twitter. I do have a Twitter, I just don't post on it. I'm not going to do it, but there's a picture for a match at JCW where Stingray, I think he flat out stole your mask, but it's neither here nor there. So wrestling's coming back, that's good news. I'm going to do an episode all about pro wrestling and how fucked up indie wrestling is and my experience in that world, and it was a great experience. I met all kinds of great people, had lots of fun. I say that past tense because my knee's been mangled for a few years. Even pre-COVID, the medical system was kind of like, go fuck yourself. So it's not going much better with COVID, but we'll see in the summer maybe. But yeah, wrestling, still, it's like I love it. It is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever experienced in my life. Anyone who's been a part of it to any extent would know what I'm talking about. If I can't think of what to say, I just freeze. Stare at myself. Yeah, so my big issue too is this fucking spit filter. Because if I don't put this, my microphone is just like covered in DNA. Much like my ex-girlfriend's, there will be a lawsuit. That's not true. I've never had any girlfriends. My God, I 3D print everybody in my life. No, this thing, I kind of spit in my last microphone and didn't like it too bad. Who's your favorite child? Oh, that's hard to tell because on one hand, I have this like humanoid stingray monster that turned into a pro wrestler. Odd career choice for like a fucking Animorph. You know, typically they were crime fighters, or what the hell did the Animorphs do? They solve crimes, or they or did they like, I don't know, what the fuck did the Animorphs do? They just turned into golden retrievers and got pet by people with big boobs? Like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, so one is like a anamorph. What is it? What is the word? Why did I even try to pronounce that word on a live? Anyway, he's a mixture of a human stingray monster, and the other is my Italian son, who I think is turning into a separatist. So I don't know where to go from that. But he's never here to defend himself. I shit on him nonstop. Oddly enough, I communicate with my blood son via Facebook Messenger voice clips. Everybody loves getting voice clips. I know that. But imagine getting literally like an hour and a half of voice clips. That's what we seem to do. We hate each other enough that he will send me like 90 fucking minute and a half voice clips, and then I'll respond with 160 of those same sorts of things. lots of fun. I keep telling him we should just record this into a podcast, but here I am doing a live in a fucking empty room with 4 people listening. 4 people. I appreciate you're all here. I don't want to ostracize anybody. That's not a knock. I was expecting maybe 1. I paid my sister $10 to be here, and she's already left the fucking stream. So, here we are. Yeah. So Gabagool Nate, I don't know what to do with it. I was maybe going to cap her off at episode 100, or turn it into like a video stream kind of thing. I don't know. I just don't know. Do it on the road, maybe. Do it from my car. Knock, knock. There we go. There's a good man right there. Woo! I want to say your name, but I don't know if it's like secret. I'll just say, oh. I couldn't think of a smart way to say your name without exposing it. O'Neill, what's up, man? Because I never know. Sometimes I dox people, or I say like their real names when they have their stage names. I'm like, that's a big no-no. You're not supposed to do that. At least he's a man who would appreciate my fucking poor use of my spending, as I just dropped a significant amount of money at Toys R Us to buy pretty much the entire Ghostbusters Plasma series. Yeah, so that's what I do with my money. As a kid, I was always like, I hope I make enough money as an adult to waste it on action figures. And guess what? That's what I'm doing. Adam Ace! Woo! There he goes. What's up, man? I love you too. Hopefully I want to see you. If it's not this week, next week I think we have plans to do something at my parole hearing. It's going to be fun. Oh yeah, that's it. And now I'm 3D printing accessories for. It's like I buy this kind of useless junk, and then I bought a machine that prints useless junk, and I'm printing useless accessories for my useless junk. I'm loving it, living my best life. My most prized collectible. It's a fucking good one. Because the thing is, I don't buy anything for like monetary value. I pretty much open them all and then put them back in delicately. But I mean, I don't know. Probably my Extreme Ghostbusters collection, because I had almost the full collection. Except for, they didn't make Garrett Miller. They had one original original character who was paraplegic in a wheelchair. He was one of the favorite characters in the show, and the bastards never made him a figure. So I'm only missing him but they never made him. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I just love collecting. I have a bunch of Space Jam action figures. At one point, I wanted to do a video, but I was like, should I do a video showing off all my collectibles of action figures? Because already I'm in trouble for just crushing puss left, right, and center. If I put out a video detailing all of my fucking collectible toys, I'll have to beat those girls away with sticks, man. I don't know if I can handle that kind of attention from the opposite gender. They love that kind of shit. Well, I can tell you what will become my most prized possession is, although I'm building a replica proton pack from Ghostbusters, I'm in process of doing so. I've also ordered, Hasbro HasLabs has built a custom 2-scale replica proton pack. And that's coming down the line. That'll be there in about a year and a month. So hopefully I don't die before then. Take care, Taco. Thank you for joining. Much love. Now that wrestling's getting started, hope to see you in the ring sometime. And you better not be a heel, or I'm going to be sending my DNA your way. That doesn't sound right. Damn. Well, that's the thing. Is like, even I have a bunch of open toys that are still worth something. Some chicks are into it, brother. Nice. Well, I've been holding out. Yeah, and it's weird. Some figures that are like the Lego figures are always worth more. Honestly, I find Playmobil's got some pretty cool sets that are much more affordable. But yeah, anyway, tomorrow I'm on the hunt for that. I spent way too much time talking about my poor use of my money. I wanted to do an episode the other week for 1984, but I didn't have time to prep it. Just listen to this list, because I was talking about 1984, like make a smart satirical comparison to modern times. I was like, fuck that. Most people haven't even read 1984. I just want to talk about specifically the actual year 1984. Damn. I just started listing movies that, off the top of my head, that came out in 1984. I was like, if I looked into it, I'm sure, like, what a time. What a fucking time. Terminator, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Karate Kid, Gremlins, The Never-Ending Story. Side note, I was terrified of that giant dog in Never-Ending Story with his, like, tumors growing outside of his ears. Didn't like that one bit. Sebastian! Dune. I don't remember watching it as a kid, but apparently it was something special. Top Secret. I like that one. Val Kilmer, slapstick comedy. It's a genre that died. I guess Superbad officially killed off that kind of comedy. I always found Superbad like reset what comedy was. That 80s, 90s style comedy kind of died after Superbad. Repo Men. If you haven't seen Repo Men with friggin' Sylvester, not Sylvester Stallone, what's his name? Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez, baby. A movie everyone loves that you can't stand. I don't know. Avatar, I wasn't that big on it. Found Avatar was really fucking overrated. I was like, it was okay, but didn't get me hard. And I found out it wasn't a porno. It was actually like a family adventure film. And I took a different view at it. Still didn't like it that much. Beverly Hills Cop, Nightmare on Elm Street, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, Police Academy, Spinal Tap, Purple Rain, Conan the Destroyer, which is the sequel, so it's not that big a deal, but whatever. Footloose, Splash, and Bachelor Party. So there we go. Lots of movies in 1984. I'm trying to think of another movie that everyone is really big on. Well, maybe not a movie, but a TV show. Don't hate me. Umbrella Academy. I don't know if I've even seen that. I think it's Gerard, not Butler. Gerard, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance's comic. It was like, I really, really wanted to love it. And I couldn't. Like, I was like, I found myself on I know any good show is like when I'm on my phone and I can't like if I found myself on my phone during a show, I was like, that's not good. So I really want to get into Umbrella Academy. I couldn't. Dancing with Wolves and Spurs. Dancing with Wolves, I'd have to rewatch it because I only saw it as a kid and it was the most boring fucking thing I've ever seen. And this is coming from a kid who used to watch Babar. So those of you who don't know, Babar was a show about elephants that talked about fucking dry politics. Like, it was the dumbest show for kids. I don't know how there was a children's show. Rain Man. I'm surprised. Rain Man. I remember that being a good one. I'm trying to think, though. I didn't come prepared with something like that. What's a movie I've seen recently that I was really underwhelmed by? The new RoboCop. I was really excited for that. I finally streamed it a little while ago. Not bueno at all. There was a new Marvel movie I watched I didn't like. Yeah, no, it's weird, and there's so much shit out there. Like, there's so many movies. Like, people are like, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch that. First off, just so you know, if you tell a friend, hey, you gotta watch this, they're taking a mental note to be like, nod, smile, and forget their fucking suggestion. Like, no one ever watches anything you suggest because everyone already has like a list of 8,000 titles to watch. My Netflix my list has had like 40 items removed from it because Netflix doesn't support it anymore, you know? Like, I'm trying to think of another movie. I'm trying to think of a movie I can rewatch 1,000 times other than Ghostbusters. The Man Who Knew Too Little, a comedy with Bill Murray. Oh, yeah. Thank you to Kelly Crazy Cat. That's no relation to this man other than our blood relation. If you guys have a chance and you either don't have a chalkboard and sharp nails or you don't feel like eating frozen dog shit, tune in to Prime Video or whatever, Amazon Prime. The only thing I don't like is half the shit you got to pay for. And then you go, I'll watch that. And then it goes $4.99. Go fuck yourself, Amazon. You're goddamn billionaires. You could give me some free shows. Anyway, the show Last One Laughing, Laugh Out Loud Laughing. It's like, Jesus Christ, other than for Encino Man. Oh, you didn't like Encino Man. We're circling back to that after I'm done shitting on this crappy Canadian show. First off, I had an ex-girlfriend where I just flat out said I don't like Canadian content, let alone Quebec content. I just don't like, and she took that as like a linguistic thing, and I'm like, it's not the linguistic thing. It's like, because I've seen some shit in French that I fucking found hilarious. There's skits, things like that, but I just find like, generally Canadian television is just shitty. I like American made fucking television. I like the quality of it. It's just better. And my God, that friggin' show is just so bad. The only redeeming quality is they got Dave Foley on it. And but it's just bad. It's Last One Laughing. It's like a bunch of nobodies and ugh. Anyway, I can't even stand it. Yes, I like The Big Lebowski. That was a good movie. Come on. It's a classic. I haven't seen it though in probably 15 fucking years. I hate the fact that I got memories and I'm like, that was like fucking 18 years ago, Christ. I haven't seen it in super long. Encino Man, I remembered enjoying it, but I watched what the hell's the Pauly Shore movie where Kelly from Saved by the Bell is in it, Tiffany Amber Thiessen's in it, Country Boy, what's it called? Like he's on a farm, he's like the city dude, and he starts living on the farm. And then they make it look like he sexually assaulted her. They found out it couldn't be him because the car seat was slid forward. Like, that's how they busted the case. I rewatched that back in the country again. I can't remember. I rewatched that and it does not hold up. Holy shit. Pauly Shore movies don't seem to last the test of time all that well. See, all we needed was a couple good subjects thrown out there. It's already 7. I was going to say I'll scrape by for half an hour and then we'll see. Mainly because it takes a long time to load these stupid things when they're more than 25 minutes. So I know on YouTube everything's supposed to be 10 minutes or longer. Otherwise you get demonetized. I'm like, the second they transcribe my audio, I get demonetized. So I don't really give a shit about the quality of my videos. I got a couple copyright strikes from Warner Music Indonesia, and I'm like, I didn't even sample music in it. It was literally just me talking, and there's no recourse for smaller YouTube channels to say, hey, YouTube, this is complete bullshit. If they were to do that 2 more times, my page would be banned. But I was like, how are you copywriting my original thoughts that I'm articulating? I don't quite get that. Okay, well, I think before I sign off, I brought with me, it's either a COVID test or a pregnancy test. Either way, I'm going to piss on it and see what it says. I'll share that with you in just a few minutes. The first time I took a COVID test, it was nothing special. It was fine. I just shoved a stick up my nose. I thought I had a note here I wanted to share, but if you think Gabagool 8 is well organized, you should just check my note sheet. It's something out of this world. No, yeah. No, that I was just going to talk about. I just find it funny. I was supposed to talk about this my last episode. I didn't have time. Son-in-Law, that's the movie. Yes, thank you so much. Exactly, that's it. Snoochie Boochies, that's definitely it. Son-in-Law, my God. Yeah, that was a hell of a movie. Damn, I almost want to, even though I remember it not holding up, I want to watch it again. Biodome, I'm sure does not hold up. Damn, we need to have a Pauly Shore themed episode. I'd like to have a Pauly Shore themed party. That'd be fucking sick. Yeah, this is really, actually, no, I'm not going to throw it out there because it's so out of left field from what we've been talking about, but it's just some people's like reasoning for things are so weird online. Like if you look at comment threads, it's like so fucking bonkers. I can't even deal with it. I'll touch on that on another episode. My God, people are so fucking dumb. Yeah. So that's about it. I don't have much more than that. Honestly, the lives are just a fun way to switch things up and for me to get an episode out without having to really prep very much. Don't soil Snoochie Boochies by telling you to send a chance on a bobber. Yes, you're right. That's true. It's not Snoochie Boochies. But Pauly Shore has that same kind of like, or if not Pauly Shore, that dog in Goofy movie who is Pauly Shore is like the Leaning Tower of Cheesa. If I could replace the useless movie trivia, actors' names, film plots, and shit like that in my brain with something, I'm sure I could have been fucking... Oh, I was going to make a mean joke. I'm sure I could have been like a fucking scientist or something of value to the world, because it's like the amount of stuff I've retained of useless information, it boggles my mind. It's pretty intense. So here we are. I don't know, is Tuesday night a bad time to do a live? I figured never's a good time. No one wants to get bothered ever. I just figured after people get home from work, a little bit before supper. I eat supper kind of late, so that's why I figured 6:30 would be a good time. Maybe if I show a bit of nipples, maybe next time I will come dressed like Bob from Fight Club. You could be CEO of Blockbuster. Fucking right, I could. Blockbuster, I remember some of my first dates. I took people to Blockbuster, yeah, it's fucked up. It's old enough that I remember Blockbuster. I do have my card still at home. It's with all my other expired cards I, for some reason, keep in a drawer. Yeah. That's about it. That's about it. Yeah, I watched a very interesting podcast. It wasn't that interesting. With Steve O's Wild Ride interviewing, is Jaleel White, I think his name, Steve Urkel, the actor Steve Urkel, and just talking about how different celebrity is from when he was big in the 90s to now. And he's like, before people, they wanted to meet you for their connection to you, what the show did for them, all these different things. Whereas for the most part now, people like they don't want to meet you. They just want to get their picture with you in it. And I was like, yeah, that's the thing is people are so kind of disconnected. And I'm the same. I'm in my own little hermit world. It's very hard to get people to pull out of that. So for those of you that were there, I very much appreciate it. For those of you that will join any future lives or any of you that just shit talk me behind my back, I appreciate it. As long as you're still talking about me, right? People who shit talk me, I really don't give a shit. Usually I'm pretty straight up. Unless I'm being paid, if I don't like you, you're going to know damn well that I don't like you. So that's not something I've ever really hidden very well. Of course, like I said, if you give me a certain amount of money, I'll play nice and smile. But here we go. So thank you so much for joining me. It's approximately 7:05 p.m. And that's all I got. I still have that little keychain one that they gave out. Right on. It's true, yeah. Fuck, I had a little tag thing. I don't know where the hell that went. I have all my old gym tags from high school, which I don't know why I kept all those, but thank you so much. This has been Gabagool 8. My name is Wes Dawson, and please listen, like, share, and subscribe. Honestly, I think of the dozens upon dozens divided by 24 of people in this live stream. I don't know if you actually listen to the podcast. I think you would enjoy it. Maybe not all the episodes because some are really stupid, but some of them I think you'd enjoy. So if not, hell, send me hatred, send me whatever you want. I'll put it live on the air. Nothing more than exploiting people's negativity on my borderline negative podcast. Anyway, here we are. Thanks again. Take care. I shall see you all next week. Tune in every Wednesday's new episodes. And they come out at 4:01 in the a.m. if you want to be there first. People who join my Patreon, doesn't exist. Basically, if you send me cash in the mail, I'll not do anything different. I'll just appreciate the money. I need it. Thank you. Take care. This has been Gabagool 8. Please listen, like, share, and subscribe.